So hello everyone. So pretty much I'm just going to be talking to you guys about the shooting that happened in Buffalo, New York, and it's a very tragic event. And I just want to give my little insights on certain things that I have noticed, certain things that pretty much have happened. So essentially, what you have here is it was a shooting that was like in a supermarket. It was an 18-year-old white man who went in there with tactical gear on, had the gun, had all that stuff, all that jazz, and he went to a predominantly black area and shot and killed and injured people. All right, so we have 10 people that were killed, and then we have 3 that were injured. All right, so of the 10 people that were killed, all 10 were black. Of the 3 people that were injured, 1 was black and the other 2 were white. Okay, so, and there's some employees that were mixed in there that people said and whatnot. So what we have is, obviously we have a serious gun issue. It's it's just getting worse. What are we at right now? We're in May, and how many violent attacks have there been to this magnitude? You know what I mean? There was a shooting that happened in California. There's this one that happened in Buffalo. You had the crazy thing that happened in New York with the guy who put up the smoke bomb and stuff. There was actually one that happened. Same day, I believe. It was an Asian funeral, whatnot, and there was some kind of weird shooting that happened there. And then there was one that happened like the same day, essentially, that was in California at a church. And this is all, those 3 things just happened within a week. Literally a day of each other. So we're at a serious point. All right. This whole, have the right to bear arms, this kind of stuff, it's reached a tipping point. Okay. It is so high. It's something that we just need to seriously change right now. There's no like, oh, well, let's wait another 10 years and let's see if we could get this. No, this stuff needs to change now, okay? Because we have people who are ultra racist, and I'll get into that with this guy. We have people who are ultra racist, and you have people who are racist with guns. What in that do you think is a good combination? And with this mass shooting, you have people who are like, well, New York is so restrictive of guns, that's why this kind of stuff happened. Give people more guns and this kind of stuff wouldn't have happened. Are you kidding me? That's your solution? And I've seen many people saying this. Oh, well, here's a mass shooting that just happened over here. You know what my solution is? Ha ha! Let's give them more guns. Ooh, now everyone's gonna be able to protect themselves. I'm not necessarily against guns, because I feel like if you're at your house chilling, sleep, whatever you're doing, and someone breaks into your house, yeah, you have every right to defend your property, and your life, in that. But this whole walking around, you just walking around with guns. You go to a supermarket, you walking around with guns. You go to the mall, you're walking around with a gun. What are you doing? So I'm not for it in that sense. But yeah, if you're just, at your house, this is how I feel about it. If you're just in your house, yeah, but I don't think you need to be going to a pool and have your 9mm just sitting there with you. I just don't see the point in that. Okay. But anyways, we're going to get into this article that I have, and I put some tidbits on the screen as well in this area. But yeah, I'll just read a little bit of it, and then we'll give my thoughts and opinions as we go. So it says a white 18-year-old gunman allegedly carried out a racial attack. Now, they say allegedly, okay? The news always says allegedly, okay? No, he didn't maybe do it, possibly. No, he did it, okay? So let's stop with that. In a supermarket in Buffalo, New York. And this was on Saturday. It said, killing 10 people and injuring 3 others. Almost all the victims were black. Like I told you, it was the 10 people that died were black. The 1 person that was injured was black, and then 2 were white. All right. And it says it's believed to be the author of a posting that was detailing his white supremacy ideologies. So he had like this whole page thing going on online where, it was essentially just all that white supremacist, kind of propaganda stuff. White people are the best people ever. Anyone that's not white should die. I mean, that's essentially what he was saying. You know what I mean? And he obviously did it. And what I heard as well, and what I read, was, he was telling the cops, oh, mind you, he didn't get shot down. You know what I mean? I did hear that they shot at him, but he, like I said, he had the tactical gear on, he had the bulletproof vest and all that kind of stuff. So they didn't just go and kill him like they've done to many other black people who were wrongly convicted of whatever crime, insert crime, where you got Skittles or selling CDs. You're just walking with the hood over your head. All right. This guy killed multiple people, and like other ones, and I'm going to put some on the screen for that. Like other serial killers, just as long as you're white, you could just walk out in handcuffs. May even go to McDonald's too. You never know, depending on who it is. So the suspect has been charged with first-degree murder. If convicted, he'll, be in there for life without parole. Essentially, that's what that is. All right. Says officials are investigating the mass shooting as a racially motivated hate crime and are also considering a terrorism charge, which, duh. I mean, it's like people think that, oh man, no, terrorism. No, that's those brown people from overseas that are doing that. You can't be a you can't be a terrorist in your own country. Yeah, you can, you guys. Okay? You're committing acts of violence against your own people. And I know other politicians that I would consider terrorists myself, but whatever. It says separately, the FBI is investigating the shooting as both hate crime and racially motivated, obviously. And, they tell you about the other victims, and I am going to put it on the screen over here with their names and a picture if I can. 3 of them did not have a photo present the last time I looked, so I can look again and see if you see them. But yeah, one of them was actually a former police lieutenant, and it's very upsetting with how all of this even happened. It was saying the alleged gunman drove more than 200 miles from a small town in Conklin, New York. Apparently it's like an outskirt of Buffalo somewhere, and arrived in East Buffalo the day before. So this was not some, and whoever would think this is just, people who like to just think differently or whatever, like, oh, well, maybe he just, maybe someone slapped a box out of his hand or something and was like, you know what, I'm going to go and kill black people today. No, he planned this. Okay. So if you drove 200 miles, no one's just driving 200 miles just to drive 200 miles. He knew what he was doing. Okay. So that completely debunks that entire argument that somebody may make, and I know they probably have made. Like, oh, it was just a spur of the moment. This wasn't, premeditated. No, it was very much premeditated. And look at what he also has wrote. I think it was like a 150 page letter kind of thing that he typed up online, and it was crazy, yo. But yeah, it happened at a market called Tops Friendly Market. I'm assuming that's just something that's up there that they have. And like I said, it was in a predominantly black neighborhood, okay? And he knew what he was doing. This wasn't some random whatever. And it says the gunman stepped out of his car wearing tactical gear, like I said, and opened fire with an assault-style rifle, okay? Killing 4 people. 3 of those people later on ended up dying. So after the gunman worked his way into the store, the security guard, Aaron Salter, that was the former lieutenant, attempted to stop the shooter by firing his gun. The gunman's body armor shielded him. Like I said, he was locked and loaded. He was wearing, bulletproof vest, all that stuff, So this was not some spur of the moment, okay? And it said the suspect then shot him, and he ended up dying. The victim. And it says the suspect was eventually confronted by the police at the front of the store. He briefly pointed the rifle at his neck before police persuaded him to drop his gun and surrender. Let me reread that. I'm having it up on the screen. The suspect was eventually confronted by police at the front of the store. He briefly pointed the rifle at his neck before the police persuaded him to drop his gun and surrender. Okay? Let's just say, had the colors been a little darker, hair a little nappier, there would have been no persuasion. They'd be like, okay, do it. You know what I mean? Or we're going to do something to you. You see how it works? You know, I'm not saying that in America everyone is racist, okay? Because that's just a ridiculous statement to make. But America is very much a racist country, okay? It very much is. And if you don't think that it is, you don't know what the system of oppression is. I mean, it's just from every single thing. You know, you upprice the homes, make sure people can't get in, make sure black people can't get in, make sure black people can't get credit. You got your own Black Wall Street. You had doctors, lawyers, grocery stores, everything was good. Man, the white man can't make money off of that because you guys are more likely bartering, which is, just trading, hey, you want some tea and I'll give you this, or whatever the case may be. God dang it, I can't make money off of that. What can I do? Oh yeah, let's bomb it and burn it down. And it's just an ongoing cycle. Anytime a black person gets up, there always has to be something else. And what was so unfortunate about this is a lot of these black people, like Salter, for example, he was 55 years old, okay? But you had a lot of people, 86, 77, 72, 67. I think the youngest person was 32 years old. That's crazy. You're just people, and this is also, and this goes into